Welcome back. Check out this title here, Overrided Methods in the Constructor of Superclasses. Now, this is something, again, like all these little rules here, you have to be aware of once you start extending classes. Let's just go check out what this actually means. Well, it means what it says. When you have an overrided method in the constructor of a superclass. Well, let's go check it out. We're going to go back to our very simple example here with Class A and Class B, right? That extends Class A. Now what we're going to add in here is in Class A, inside the constructor, I'm going to write test. So I know these methods aren't doing anything of any significance right now, but we're trying to keep the code short so you can look at it and make sense of it. But here's a general idea. When Class A instantiates a new object, it'll print out constructor A and then ask to run test, which apparently has to do some important code to help set this class up. And for us, we're just going to write test from Class A. Now when Class B runs, it runs super. Okay, whether you type it there or not, it's running it. So it jumps and it runs this code here. Now this code here has the method test. And there's the method test. But Class B also has the method test, right? And it's this one here that we've overridden. Now, what's going to print out? Is it going to print out test from Class B, or is it going to print out test from Class A when that's called? So place your bets here, and let's just give this a quick run with the runner. And I'm going to try to make an object of type Class B. Okay, so let's give it a go here. Where's my runner for A and B? It's up here. There's the runner. Run. And the answer is there's the 3 lines of output. So let's try to make sense of why it's doing this. Notice, it did run test from Class B. It did not run test from Class A. So here's what basically happens. It says run the constructor for Class B as you make an instance of the object. So it goes to Class B. It starts to run the constructor. So it calls super. Well, super says run the constructor of Class A. But remember, this has now been defined. Okay? This method has been seen. Okay, it's part of the Class B object. So it jumps to Class A, runs a super, and it writes constructor A. Yes, it ran constructor A. Then it says run test. Now this is a sucker question that they sometimes put on the AP exam, but it is so tempting to say, well, test is right here. Why wouldn't it write or run this one right here? Well, the answer is it's read Class B really quickly, and you have overridden the test method. You are making an object of type Class B. Class B, its test method is right here that says test from Class B. So even though technically you're thinking in your head you're on this page of code, this is a Class B object running the method test. It does not run this one. Okay, it runs the overridden, fresh, up-to-date version of the method test. So it printed out constructor A, it runs test. Constructor A runs test from Class B. And then that's done. So it finishes, comes back. We just did all that. And now we finish this second line here. Print constructor B. And it prints constructor B. So, like the title said, we used an overridden method in the constructor of the superclass. And that's exactly what we did here. Class A was the superclass, and inside of the constructor to the superclass, I used a method, and it even gave me a warning here, overridable method. It's not recommended to do this, right? Because basically somebody else can override your method that you use, and now when you use Class A, maybe they've messed up what you intended in the constructor. But nevertheless, it is allowable, and you can do it, and that's the overall effect. This one pops up every year or two on the AP exam in some form or another. It really tests if you know these little rules, right? Well, we're almost done with the rules for super constructors, so that was this video. Hopefully you can make some sense of this. Maybe I'll just also at this point just quickly peek at bug, because you'll see here bug, I do something similar and you can predict and check the output. But in the constructor of bug, I call say hi. Say hi says I'm a bug. Box bug also has a say hi method and calls the constructor. So what you can do is you can go to the bug frame and you'll see here in the actual code near the beginning, I add two bugs, a box bug and then I add a regular bug. Go watch the output and see if you agree or predict with what the output does here. And if you're too lazy to do that, I'll show it to you in about 3 seconds. So you may want to pause the screen and then you can check the answer here with your own prediction. And that's what it ended up printing out. So follow through the code and see if you agree knowing this new rule about the overridden methods and constructors. See you next time.